What is up, everyone? It's your favorite former U.S. men's national team player, Jimmy Conrad. And I don't know why I say that, because this is my channel, but I'm being joined by the man, myth, and legend, and potential cousin of Stat Geek. It's Statman Dave.
Oh, yes.
What's up, Dave? Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Okay, first things first, I'm noticing that you are taller, and you can't come on my channel and be taller than me. It's just, no, it's not right.
But you're wearing the Liverpool jersey,
That's
so
true.
Surely, because of the 20 league titles, that's 18, this is 20.
No.
Just
Listen,
that little extra.
Listen, the only reason I'm wearing this Liverpool jersey, and also, it says Conradinho on the back, right? It's a must. I gotta have a whole bunch of jerseys from around the world, Conradinho on the back. But more importantly than that, it's because you're a Manchester United fan.
It is.
I know that, and I thought this would be great, and I knew you'd be pissed off.
Yeah, it makes me feel sick even looking at it.
Yeah, right. And we're right outside Old Trafford. I actually thought about taking a picture of this outside of Old Trafford, and I'm like, I don't know. That's gonna go over too well. So wait, I'm getting another chair, Dave. You're not talking me out of this. Hold on a second. All right, that's better. I like that better. Okay, so this is previews and predictions.
Yeah.
More often than not, I like to try to break down 8 to 10 games.
Yep.
Really go in depth on maybe the top 3 or 4 games of the weekend. But there's so much to talk about, specifically the few teams, that I don't know if we're gonna get to 8 to 10 games. Maybe 3 to 5. So I'm just prefacing that now. But it's gonna be fun, because Dave knows a lot, and he's got great hair. It's like kind of the...
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I like it.
I got my beard done today as well,
that's
just for
nice.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yay.
sweet.
Okay, Dave, so we are in Manchester. Manchester City pretty much running away with the league. So they're kind of like, maybe not as fun at the moment. Manchester United, tons of fun because lots of things are happening. They're your club. Alexis Sanchez is reportedly coming to the team, agreeing to a £14 million deal a year. That's not too shabby.
It's pretty decent.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Is this real, first and foremost? This is happening. It's done.
Yeah, apparently.
Okay, apparently.
Sorted.
It's sorted.
That's just Dave O'Brien's sources.
Okay.
Statman Dave sources.
So my first question is, where do you play this guy?
I think that's the big problem. Manchester United have a bit of a weakness on the right-hand side. Right midfield is where they need to sign somebody. Sanchez for Arsenal, though, he's either played as a striker or on the left wing.
Right.
So it's a bit of a weird signing in terms of, it's like Robin van Persie. The guy's available, you've got to get him. Where I think he'll play, probably on the left.
Okay, now that's on the field. Off the field, do you feel like his temperament and attitude can somewhat be a cancer for a team? Because we could argue that he's been distancing himself from Arsenal for quite some time.
Yeah, I think that's what he's done to, obviously he wants to move away. But what you've got with Sanchez is that sort of South American style that United haven't had since Carlos Tevez.
Okay.
That hunger, that aggression, that ability to win the ball, demand the ball. He's just, he encompasses something that you want in a football team. You want to support him. He'll get the fans up, he'll get, everyone around him, pressing, winning the ball back. And I think that's so important for Manchester United at the moment.
Okay, now would you say that he's a player that lifts the game of everybody else around him? Does that make the sense?
I'd say so. I think he's one of those players that looks for the ball, and then will have someone to play off. So you look at the relationship potentially between Sanchez and Paul Pogba. If they both, maybe if Mourinho does go with his right hand side, Pogba playing right central midfield, Sanchez on the right wing, that interplay could be reminiscent of Dybala and Pogba at Juve. That was so deadly.
Okay, so I'll say this. I'm asking you a lot of questions, but I'm going to say that I think a happy Sanchez is a very good Sanchez, right? When he wants to play and wants to be there, you're going to get a different level from him. It's clear he was unhappy at Arsenal for a long time, so it's really hard to know which guy you're going to get. I think he'll be happy if the move happens so he can get out of there. Now, Manchester United overall, speaking about them, they're 12 points behind City at this very moment. Juan Mata just came out and said they still have a chance to win. If they win every single game from here on out, come on, Juan Mata, you're still in the Champions League. I just don't know if that can happen, unless he's like, you know what, Alexis Sanchez is going to come in and replace me, so maybe we can win every single game. Jokes on jokes today. Juan Mata is a visionary of what Alexis Sanchez is going to do for the team. Do you think that's a possibility, that they could really win the league? Do you feel like City's going to slip up that much?
What do you think?
I don't think it's
If you were a Man United player, would you still believe that it could happen?
I think because City lost to Liverpool, representing just for this video, I know for all you people like, you're a Newcastle fan, I know I'm a Newcastle fan. So it's just to make Dave upset. And I have Conradinho on the back, respect. Okay, so maybe you're like, all right, they slipped up once. It's possible. They still have the Champions League that they have to balance as well, but United does too. I don't think it's possible. I think
it's over.
I think it's over.
It's game over. Game set match, Manchester City.
So now I think, like Liverpool and potentially Chelsea, you start to make moves that are going to help you for the following season.
Correct.
And I think Alexis Sanchez would be a big piece of that.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's now the race for second.
Yeah.
Let's not build up as anything else. It's now Liverpool, Chelsea, and Manchester United all competing for that second spot.
Right.
Which is a big thing. You think Manchester City have only finished second in the Premier League twice.
Right.
If United do it once this season, they're only one behind.
True.
And that's in one single season.
Right.
Think about the history.
Yeah, that's fair. United loves talking about history. All right, let's talk about this game in particular, United versus Burnley. It's in Burnley.
Yep.
But United have won 4 out of their last 5 games on the road and scored at least 2 goals in 4 of those 5. I think I'm doing your job for you.
You are.
Dave.
Statting some bombs.
Do you think this is enough? Because Burnley are winless in their last 7. It seems like they were the hot team that they were going to be the Leicester, let's say, but they had that kind of buzz about them, that belief that they could win any game. They don't seem to have that as much anymore.
It's quite interesting. So they won 10 games in all competitions this season. 8 of those have been one goal. It's little margins with Burnley, and if United can start fast like they have done in the previous trips on the road, that's where they'll catch them out. I think Paul Pogba, Fellaini, Matic has to be the midfield. It has to be powerful. Dealing with Burnley is dealing with tall strikers, physical strikers, and like you probably know as a centre-half, you kind of want your midfield players to maybe drop in and support you in those sort of aerial duels, those situations.
Of course. Okay, so what's your scoreline for this prediction?
2-0 Manchester United.
Wow, 2-0?
Yeah.
Really? I like that.
Burnley are falling.
I'll say 2-1. I think Burnley's just going to lose by a goal instead of winning by a goal. Before we leave the Premier League, I did have a bonus. What happens to Arsenal now? Because they lose Sanchez, Theo Walcott's going to Everton. You know, they're not going to be the same team. Arsene Wenger always seems like he's on the ropes, but somehow survives. Do they have to win the Europa League for him to stay on? Is he going to stay after 2 years? What are we even doing with our lives? Which is what I think Arsenal
Why are we
fans,
here?
Why are we here? What's the whole point? So how does this impact Arsenal moving forward? And maybe even for the spirit of the team?
It's big questions, isn't it? I think Lacazette has to be the guy.
Yeah.
Lacazette has to become the guy. He was signed for a big fee. He now has to perform, of course. Ozil's going to go in the summer. Sanchez has already gone. If I were Wenger or if I were the Arsenal board, I'd be looking at someone like Fekir from Lyon. Fekir and Lacazette had such a good relationship when they played together.
Yeah.
For me, Arsenal need to move forward, and that's the sign in the word. Not Aubameyang. Aubameyang is so similar to Lacazette in terms of they're pacey strikers that like to run in behind.
Right.
Don't need that.
Right. Okay, so that's interesting that you say that. I wonder if by losing Sanchez, if other guys step up and kind of assume the responsibility that he had. I always like when you see certain things like that. When Coutinho, for instance, leaves, go to Barcelona, all of a sudden Mane's got to step up a little bit more, and other guys have to step up more and fill that void a little bit. So I'm interested to see what happens with Arsenal.
Could be a Iwobi maybe. No, young English. When he burst onto the scene, he was so good.
Yeah.
Lost a bit of confidence, got dropped out, but now it's time for him to come back maybe and take that mantle of the next Arsenal sort of attacking midfielder. You know, after the Fabregas, after Nazari, that guy.
Now, who do you think Arsenal is going to try to sign? I heard word of Malcolm.
Aubameyang, Malcolm. I like Malcolm.
I do too.
Left-footed player, right-hand side.
Yeah.
His shot is unbelievable. If you've probably seen his, highlights reel, really good from that area.
Well, only $25 million, I think, is a great price for him as well.
Yeah, it would be an absolute bargain.
Yeah.
Getting a young, talented player, and it's more of an Arsenal signing, more of a Wenger signing. Young player, bring him through, teach him how to score goals, sell him to Man United.
All right, Statman Dave. So I know that you're well versed in the Premier League. You live here, so you should know your stuff, right? But let's talk a little bit about La Liga, because I feel like there's a lot of drama going on right now. With Barcelona, there always seems to be some drama off the field. Messi, tax fraud, Dembele, their new signing hurts, Neymar wants to leave, his dad's involved, Messi's it's just crazy, right? But they're undefeated this season.
They are.
They look fantastic without Neymar. It seems like Messi's put the team on his shoulders to be like, listen, I'm the guy. I'm now tied with 5 Ballon d'Ors with Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm going to win the 6th one. I'm going to make sure I have more than that guy. But then they add Coutinho. I still don't know where he's going to play. I hope he's fit this weekend against Real Betis, because I'd love to see where Ernesto Valverde, who I believe is an underrated manager, right? I really hope to see where he puts Coutinho, because he's not going to replace Iniesta. I mean, Iniesta's the guy.
He is the guy.
So where do you play Coutinho? Let's start there.
I think is a really difficult question, because I think he is the guy to replace Iniesta. He's bought to play that position.
Right.
But at the same time, Barcelona may have a slight sort of tactical weakness with Suarez playing out wide. Maybe that's where Coutinho comes in, and Suarez maybe moves to maybe a more traditional striker, 4-3-3.
Right.
But what I love about Valverde is that intensity is back. That pressing, that defensive work rate that wasn't there in the last sort of few, maybe years under Luis Enrique. And I think that's the big point, and that's why someone like Valverde is massively underrated, is because of what he's done in the defensive sense.
Yeah, and I wonder what he's done defensively, because I actually killed Barcelona's defense for the first 2 or 3 months of the season. They were giving up a ton of chances, but I actually feel like Mark ter Stegen is probably one of the best goalkeepers in the world right now, who maybe isn't getting the credit he deserves because Barcelona's winning so many games. You give it to the guys like David De Gea.
You give it to David De Gea.
Yeah.
So David De Gea in the Premier League this season, right, made the 2nd most saves but kept the most clean sheets, and he's got the best save percentage. For me, he's the best.
Of course he is. You're a Manchester United supporter. I don't expect
That's my
different.
little red tinted hat on.
But Ter Stegen has single-handedly saved Barcelona in many games, this season in particular, so he can't do that. I mean, the odds are going to bear out. Like, at some point, you're going to capitulate. Something's going to happen. Some bad luck's going to happen. You're going to give up 4 goals, and Ederson's going to give one to Salah, and Salah's going to knock one in from 40 yards. I mean,
this is true.
Stuff like that's going to happen. Yeah. So, as much as I do appreciate what Valverde's done defensively, I still wonder how much they focus on it. I feel like if anything, Messi just looks as motivated as ever.
I think the big thing with Messi is every few years you need to move him. Mm-hmm. Like, he needs to be playing a different position just to like get him excited again. Like,
grow a beard, get some tattoos.
Yeah, exactly. Like, do something else. Like, dye his hair blonde. He did that a few years ago. But I think the big thing with him is that positional move. You know, started as a winger, went to a false 9, back to a playmaker on the right. Now he's a combination between a 10 and a winger again. Mm-hmm. And I think you just need to keep challenging these players. And I think Valverde will do that both in his defensive work, but also because Neymar's gone, it has to be Messi. I think Barcelona, like, it's such a change. I think Paulinho deserves a lot of credit.
Can we talk about Paulinho?
We have to.
I really feel like for a while, like, he played for Spurs and didn't do well, which I think a lot of people do that at times. Then he went to China, and you're like, what? But then he plays pretty well for his national team, and then Messi recruited him, and Messi obviously saw something in him as to bring him in, and I think he's just got a little bit of that bite, but he can play too, and I think Barcelona had been missing that over the last few seasons.
With Spurs, he was playing as a double pivot. That wasn't Paulinho's role. He's a box-to-box guy. Like you're saying, he gets in your face, he puts tackles in, and he works hard. Wins the ball, gives it to Messi. Simple as that. But of course, he's added goals. In China and for Brazil, he's added goals. Only Luis Suarez and Lionel Messi have scored more for Barcelona in La Liga this season.
Isn't that incredible?
The guy's killing it.
Yeah. And more than Cristiano Ronaldo.
More than Ronaldo, more than Isco.
Everybody.
You throw the whole Real Madrid team in there, don't you?
Yeah, well, you can't because Real Madrid isn't very good, at least the second half of the year. As I say, well, I'm talking about 2017. Now with 2018, let's pivot now to Real Madrid. Ronaldo apparently wants out to come to your club, Manchester United. Is this real, or is this him just trying to create some drama so he can get a better contract? I mean, the guy just signed one maybe 6 to 12 months ago, and even Florentino Perez, the president for Real Madrid's like, yo, you just signed a contract. You have 3.5 years left. Honor that contract.
What does he want to do with the cash?
I don't know.
He's already got houses, like, sort of rooms full of money.
I think he wants to have more kids appear out of nowhere, and those are like, that's terrible. I'm sorry I said that. I mean that in the best possible way, because I'm glad that he's out there.
Father.
Yeah, his father, taking care of kids and giving them a better life than they maybe would have had otherwise. Okay, all right. I didn't mean that. I didn't. What? Cut that part. No, I'm just kidding. You can. No, leave it in. No, cut it. So I don't know what he spends with the money. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
But he's doing it to match Messi. That's why he's doing it, right?
Yeah.
Messi just signed a new deal. Stupid amount of money. Ronaldo wants that.
He does. Cash. He does. But what's going on with them overall? I mean, because I think, have thrown in the towel for the league this year. I don't think there's any chance they're going to catch Barcelona, of course. Maybe they try to win their 3rd straight Champions League, but I don't even know if that's possible. I mean, historically, it's not possible. But you never know with these guys. They're so talented.
You never ever know. But I think the big thing is the squad. Real Madrid's squad has got worse. They sold Morata, who's now one of the best strikers in the Premier League. Yes, he's not scoring with his feet. He's doing bits with his head, but he's not scoring with his feet.
I love his movement off the ball, by the way.
Oh, it's
like pulls away from defenders in the box.
Good.
So good.
Imagine playing against him. You're like, well, what am I doing? Am I sticking with him? He's going to just run in behind. Yeah. All sorts of problems. And you think, James Rodriguez, gone to Bayern Munich. I'd argue, from when he signed, he's probably been Bayern's best player. You lose those 2 guys that are in your squad and are playing when you can play your stars in the Champions League, your squad in the league. That's the problem. Real Madrid have lost bodies and they've not replaced them. The squad isn't as strong as last year, and I think that's really hampering Zinedine Zidane, who could rotate formations, squad, players, absolutely everything last season.
I think they're just tired too. I mean, it's hard to stay motivated as a team when you've done it all. Then they won the FIFA Club World Cup. Like, what else? What else can we do? I think there's just a normal letdown. I think that's a very human response to the success that they've had.
I think if you read Ancelotti's book, he says that about his Milan team that lost Liverpool in the final and then they won the next one. He talks about that. It's difficult to peak again.
It is.
And these guys have peaked twice. They've already broken history.
Yeah.
Like, are they going to do? Like you're saying, they could still do that.
But will they? And if I'm them, I would sell Gareth Bale at this point.
Yeah.
Just he doesn't. It doesn't seem like he wants to be there. He's injured a lot. I mean, when he's on, he's very good.
Yeah.
He scored 2 goals last weekend. I thought excellent goals. But it seems like he's trying to get sold in the January transfer window. Yeah. Where does he go? Let's say hypothetically Gareth Bale's on the market. Where do you think the best destination is for him?
I think somewhere like Italy would be nice. I'd love to see Gareth Bale play for Juventus, but then that'll make Juventus' dominance even more. But still, it'd be really fun.
That's not a bad shout. AC Milan wouldn't be a bad shout either. But Milan's kind of like all over the place.
It depends. Conte's going to go there. He's cracking up, isn't he, in England?
Isn't he?
Losing his head.
Yeah, isn't he?
Lost it.
Let's not get back. So let's get back into Barcelona. They are playing against Betis this weekend. They're undefeated. Do you think they do the business? Betis is okay. They've won, I think, 4 straight games, so they're feeling pretty good about themselves.
I'm going to go 4-2. I think it's going to be the same scoreline as last week. I think it's going to be a cracking game. And again, Betis winning the Sevilla derby. I think that's a big momentum builder. So they're going to be, scoring goals, but Paulinho's going to score the winner.
Yeah, I agree. Winners. I think Barcelona's going to win. I don't know the score, but I think you're right. A lot of goals. 3-2, I'll say. Barcelona. Pivoting really quick to Atletico Madrid. One of my favorite players on career mode for FIFA 18, Kevin Gamero, might be going to Swansea. I mean, does he want his career to die? That's all I really want to know. Because
he needs to give him a call.
Swansea.
Coach Conrad needs to give him a call.
What? All right, Dave. We have 1 league left. I think we've only predicted 2 score lines.
Yeah.
We're only going to give a third. It's Inter versus Roma in Serie A. This is more of a loose previews and predictions. We're just talking as friends. Okay, so Inter Milan versus Roma. Let's talk about Inter Milan first.
I think it's kind of like the style that Spalletti's put together. It's very ball orientated. It's all about recycling, but they need a goal scorer in there, and that's Icardi, obviously. 18 goals in Serie A this season. 51% of Inter Milan's goals.
It's too many.
That's what I'm saying. And
it's like a great problem to have, but you need somebody else to.
You need your backup, don't you?
Yeah. What does Perisic do? How many goals does he have?
More of an assister, isn't he? More of a creator. He's not going to be. He does get in certain situations, get into the penalty area, but it's not going to be your number 9. And without that sort of rotation of another number 9 that can come in and score a few goals off the bench, that's the issue that Inter Milan have, I think, at the moment. Yeah, I've been really impressed with Spalletti since he moved from Roma to Inter. I really like the discipline he brought to the team. I think the team needed it. Yeah. But now I think it's clear that they have some real weaknesses. I don't know who they go out and get to really fill those gaps. I mean, even if you could get a really good second striker, how would Icardi feel about that? Because when you're such the alpha male, and you have somebody that now maybe is a perceived threat, you might not perform in the same way. Maybe it's about bringing someone through the youth team that could be, that could use Icardi as a tutor in a way, or a coach, right? Like Coach Conrad type thing. But in a way, I think with Inter, they've messed it up. FFP have blocked them from transfers. They pretty much can't spend any money. Yeah. They can only work with loan deals. There was a lot of link with Henrik Mkhitaryan, but they can't spend any cash. Now it's never going to happen on loan. Right. So it's one of these problems where Inter have put themselves in this hole by themselves, and now they've just got to deal with their squad right now. Right. And it's all about Spalletti and how he evolves. Does he maybe use a false 9? When does that FFP thing end for them? That'll be the end of this season. Okay. So in the summer they can start spending. In the summer they can start spending again. All right. So I think as long as Inter and their fans and the owners know all that, then I think the expectations can be kind of set. Right. Level, more based in reality. But Roma, I didn't really have high hopes for them. They seem to be good some games not, which is what I expected. But you never knew. I mean, they had Nainggolan and Dzeko, who I really like. And maybe losing Totti, I thought, all right, some other guys can fill that void, like I mentioned a few times before with other players. I just don't know. They never seem like true champions to me. No, I think Di Francesco came from Sassuolo, who's their manager. Yeah. Really young, promising Italian coach. But I think he just needs a little bit more time before he can really be out there and challenge Juventus. You take the game against Chelsea in the Champions League. Roma was so brilliant. So good. It was so good. El Shaarawy had an absolute fantastic game. It was amazing. It's about getting someone like El Shaarawy. Right. Getting someone scoring the goals, and then with Zeko's obviously the key guy. But it's combining that all together and working it, and then title challenge. Would you consider them the Spurs of Italy? I'd say yes. Wow. A lot of young players. Roma fans are so bitter right now. Sorry, Roma fans. Okay, now let's talk about Napoli, who are 1 point ahead of Juventus. Juventus slowly creep their way back into the title race, as we expected them to do. They've had plenty of slow starts along the way over the last few seasons, but always end up winning the league. We could see it probably happening again. Napoli, who I had high hopes for, not only in Serie A, but also in the Champions League, kind of fizzled out in the Champions League, didn't perform to their highest, even though I thought they performed pretty well against Manchester City, which earned the praise of Pep Guardiola, which isn't easy to earn his praise. But now they fall into the Europa League. They've got a tough draw. Who do they have? RB Leipzig, yeah. So Napoli's playing against RB Leipzig in the Europa League. That's going to take some energy, because Leipzig's good. Do you think Napoli can balance that as well as holding off Juventus for the Scudetto? Don't think so. It's the problem of the Thursday night football. But I suppose in Italy they do play on Monday, but it's still going to be that different week. Right. Playing Thursday, Monday instead of playing Wednesday, Saturday. It's that little mental side to the head that I just don't think they've got the ability to overcome that. I think maybe with Dries Mertens, when he's not on fire, they don't have another option off the bench. Right. But then they've got such a good midfield. Right. Insignia, Hamzik, Jorginho at the base.
So
there's
good.
so many good players there.
So you have to wonder what Napoli's going to do. It's almost like if they had the Chelsea problem from last year, which was a good problem, which is not playing in Europe, that they probably could kick on and challenge.
Yeah.
But because they're still having to balance multiple competitions, they might not have the depth that you're talking about.
Exactly.
So I want Napoli to win it because I'm tired of Juventus winning the goddamn Scudetto. It just gets old, kind of like Bayern Munich winning the Bundesliga every year. But you got to earn it, right?
Yeah.
And nobody else has stepped up to do it. I hope Napoli does it, but I think that Juventus is going to end up pipping them. Is that what you guys say over here?
Yeah.
Pipping them at the end. Pipping them at the end. Okay, so scoreline for this one, Inter versus Roma. Who do you got and why? And
Gonna go 3-1 Roma.
Wow.
Counter-attacking performance, Nangolan.
At the San Siro, right?
Yeah, I think.
Wow, that's bold.
Inter have struggled to score goals. I think Roma are the perfect team to catch them out on the break.
Well, I don't know if that's... I don't think Inter's going to roll over like that at home. I'm going to say 1-1. That sounds really safe. And they kill me all the time when I say 2-2 is my favorite scoreline.
You got to get it right.
You got to get it right. You got to get it right. So I'm going to say 1-1. And that's it. Okay, 2 more things for you guys. The first thing is, if you predict the right score for Burnley versus Manchester United in the comments, and you'll be entered to win some Warm Baller swag. And I don't actually have anything for you. I'll drop in the mail for you?
Yeah,
All right,
do that.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'm totally gonna give him some Warm Baller stuff, for sure, 100%. If you do that, and then you'll get a hat. I'll throw a hat in this time, and some stickers, and a t-shirt of your choice. So then I'll announce the winner Monday. Yeah, Monday, I'm gonna announce the winner, and the winner from last week as well. So don't you worry, I'm not gonna forget you guys. And my second thing, Dave, is that I just announced my 2017 Team of the Year.
Yeah.
Okay? Mm-hmm. I saw some of your comments. I read them. A lot of people are upset that I had Robert Lewandowski over Harry Kane. And I thought I gave some pretty good reasoning. He put up some good numbers.
Yeah.
He set a record for more World Cup qualifying goals than any other person. He did it with a team with Poland who aren't anywhere near as talented as his club team in Bayern Munich. So it's clear that he can do it no matter what the circumstances are. He can always have success. He'll find a way to have success. I think he's more of a complete player than Harry Kane. Now, I have a lot of respect for Harry Kane. I said I loved Harry Kane in the video, but yet that's not enough. You guys are like, la 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 la, he didn't pick Kane, la 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 la, I hate Jimmy, la la la, and sub, la 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 la. Do you agree with me? Lewandowski is a better all-around player than Harry Kane.
Yes, I think right now he's a more all-round forward. I think he can do everything. Target man, poacher, plays a false 9, as he did at Borussia Dortmund at times.
I think he holds the ball up a little bit better than Harry Kane.
I agree. I think he's a better player. I agree with that.
Okay, but would you put Harry Kane over Robert Lewandowski in your Team of the Year?
Because it's Team of the Year, and Harry Kane scored more goals than any other player. I'm gonna go with Harry Kane.
Oh, man.
You can cancel that Warm Ballers t-shirt.
Yes. I wasn't sending it anyway, Dave. Okay, so, wow. That was my only real controversial one, I think, that people were upset about. I did take some shots at people that were... I didn't take shots. I just said that I disagreed a little bit with Matt HG Gamer and Spencer FC and the FIFA Pro Best 11 and UEFA's Team of the Year because they were in 4-4-2s. And I think if you have that type of team, you're going to attack because I just don't buy Leo Bonucci as a Team of the Year candidate. I think he has not been very good.
Been poor at Milan.
But yeah, he's been really bad. Dani Alves...
Didn't even play right back for Juventus last season in the Champions League.
There's a lot of interesting... So I went with Marcelo, Sergio Ramos, and Azpilicueta in a back 3, just because he provides you some flexibility, let's say, in the position. He's welcome to disagree with me. He might there. I went with Buffon in goal, out of respect for the GOAT.
Yeah, you got to respect him.
Yeah. I think you could put... There's a couple guys you could put there.
I think Keylor Navas deserves more credit than he's getting.
I agree, and I said that because Spencer put him in his Team of the Year, and I thought I agreed with that. But overall, I wanted to respect the GOAT. So I had Neymar in, and then I had Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
And I had Luka Modric.
Yep.
And I had N'Golo Kante.
No Toni Kroos.
No Toni Kroos. I had Modric over Toni Kroos.
Toni Kroos.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
What?
Jimmy!
No,
Jimmy, what did he do last season in the Champions League?
He was excellent.
He was so good.
He was so good, but for me, Luka Modric is more the glue.
Yeah, but Kevin De Bruyne doesn't need to be in there.
You don't think so?
He's just getting the glory these days. David Silva's the guy at City.
That's true.
De Bruyne just does the last pass.
All right. Okay, and then up top I had Messi, Ronaldo, and Lewandowski.
Yeah. I like that.
All right.
I like it. Part of midfield.
Part of midfield.
Like Toni Kroos.
All right. Statman Dave, thank you so much. Where can people find you?
YouTube.
Okay.
Statman Dave.
Statman Dave.
Statman Dave. Search it. Subscribe.
Twitter as well.
Yeah, Statman Dave. Instagram. Doing Instagram.
Are you?
My Instagram is focused on sandwiches. It's actually Sandwich Man Dave.
No way, is it
That's
really?
not the handle, it's Statman Dave, but I'm focusing on sandwiches.
That's amazing. Statman Dave, everybody. We'll see you later.
Peace.